Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to the next installment in the Aspect of the Week video series. I'm going to talk about a really special and kind of unusual aspect that's forming technically twice, if we want to be really specific. It is between the two planets, Venus and Mars, and we're going to get a conjunction between Venus and Mars in the middle of February, and then again in early March. So because Venus is still recovering, if you like, from her retrograde, and what that means is she's still picking up speed. She hasn't quite got back to her regular rate of motion in the post-retrograde phase. And so at the moment, through February, through mid to late February, Venus is actually moving slower than Mars, which is a little unusual. So technically we're referencing two aspects, but it will have a similar theme. So I thought I'd talk about them together. So Mars will conjunct Venus. That's going to happen at 16 degrees Capricorn on Wednesday, February 16. And that's our first aspect, where Mars is the applying planet here, moving towards Venus. And then just a couple of weeks later, on March 6th, Venus and Mars will both change signs and leave Capricorn and move into Aquarius. And as soon as they do, Venus, who's now back up to speed, will catch up to Mars again and make a conjunction with him. So we've got these two different Venus-Mars conjunctions, one happening on February 16 at 16 degrees of Capricorn, and another happening on March the 6th at 0 degrees of Aquarius. Now, this aspect pattern caught my eye because it's very unusual to have Venus and Mars conjunct twice in just a couple of weeks. So this is kind of rare. It's also a little bit more rare to have Mars as the applying planet in one of these aspects. It really means that Venus has been in an unusual state of being or unusual condition. And so Mars is applying to her because in the normal case of things, Venus moves faster than Mars and she would apply to him. So we've got two Venus-Mars conjunctions, one in Capricorn mid-February and one at the very start of Aquarius in early March. Now, they're two distinct aspects, and I want to talk a little bit about both of them, even though there are some common themes which we will focus on. But what it's really telling us is that we've got this very unusual 2.5-week period of time from February 16 to March the 6th, where Venus and Mars are kind of moving in tandem. They're basically moving side by side through the zodiac. So they're going to be at the same degree at the same time, but not always at the same minute in the same degree. So for this 2.5-week period through late February and early March, Venus and Mars, two planets that are associated with relationship and connection, but also with passion and creativity, are really sparking off each other. And so this period, this kind of Venus-Mars period, can be a time where we're all feeling that electrical spark. This might be about a passionate or romantic thing between yourself and another person, but it might also be about a creative project or a professional undertaking. Venus and Mars together often make us think about lovers and romance and relationships that are in that romantic love space. But I don't want you to limit your expectations or your awareness of this aspect to the space of love, because there's something very creative about Venus and Mars together. I know that they're moving through a sign ruled by Saturn, which may not seem like the most creative place, but the idea here is that Venus and Mars are sparking off each other. Venus can help create a cohesive element to the things that Mars is taking action around. So Venus and Mars together might be about collaboration. It might be about alliances or agreements that are about doing things or about moving forward. Mars, of course, can add a little bit of heat to Venus so that we act on our desires or we do something about our cravings or our inspiration. So Venus and Mars together, they're going to run together through the second half of the sign of Capricorn and then meet again for like a date or a connection in the early part of Aquarius. That's March 6th, before they start to go their separate ways. So if you're looking to make a type of connection, if you're looking to pull something together, to form an agreement, to create an alliance, if there's a collaboration that you want to work on, or you're trying to pull a team together about a particular project or mission that you have in mind, this second half of February, early part of March is a great time to be working on that because Venus and Mars have your back. So I'm probably talking about a few things that seem a little abstract right now. Let me pull up an astrological chart so I can show you what I mean by Venus and Mars running together or really close in the sky. So there is our chart. Actually, this is the chart for February 14, Valentine's Day. And here you can see Venus and Mars sitting really close together at 15 degrees of Capricorn. And if I animate this chart forward just a day or two, what you're going to see is Mars hopscotching or leapfrogging over Venus. And that's when the conjunction happens. So that's the next day. And there is the day. So just look at the positions of Venus and Mars, Mars on one side, Venus on the other. And we go forward 24 hours, February 16, and we see Mars leapfrogging over Venus. So Mars is making a conjunction with Venus February 16, and the exact degree of the conjunction is 16 Aquarius, but Venus and Mars will stay very close together in the aftermath of that conjunction. So this Venus-Mars conjunction, February 16, kind of sets off this really special time that can help you draw closer together to the people that might support your passions, but also to connect with the courage within to pursue the things that add beauty or excitement to your life. So Venus, Mars together have a little bit of friction, but they also have a little bit of energy. There's desire, but there's also initiative here. So this is quite a active combination of planets that can allow us to take action about the people or the partnerships that we want to pursue or that we want to push forward with, but also about those creative projects, those really exciting professional undertakings that we want to create progress on. Venus and Mars together are not mucking about. They want movement, they want progress, they want to see things happening. And so the second half of February is great for getting things done, whether that means having a conversation, whether that means setting up a plan, whether that means just getting in and doing the things. You know, we've been talking a lot in astrology about how the early part of 2022 was a little bit funky to start with Venus retrograde and then Mercury and other things going on. But this Venus-Mars conjunction of planets really has some active driving forward tendencies. So let me show you day by day now as we move forward from here, just to see how Venus and Mars are going to stay very close together. Mars is leading the way. So we are kind of following that boldness, that spirit of assertiveness or initiative. So we're going to have to be more clear about our directions or about our needs and wants. That's really important when Mars is in charge. And we can see this is, you know, we're just going day by day right now. And you can see how they're always so close to each other. They will conjunct Pluto. And I talk about that in my monthly membership. That's going to be in the March membership. If you're not a member, I'll put the details below for you. And then you can see we get to the 6th of March and you're going to see a few things happen on the same day. You're going to see Mars move into Aquarius, Venus move into Aquarius, and then you're going to see Venus move into that kind of leading position because she's now going to leapfrog over Mars. And that all happens in the same 24-hour period. The second Venus-Mars conjunction happens at 0 degrees Aquarius, and that is the 6th of March. If you're in the US, Canada, it's actually going to be the 6th of March if you're in Australia, just much later in the day. And so Venus, Mars will be conjunct at 0 Aquarius. So they're coming together in early March with a different framework because we're in Aquarius now, not in Capricorn, but we're still looking for that collaboration. We're looking for that sort of spirit of teamwork or togetherness. And we want to make a decision. So this Venus-Mars combination running from mid-February to early March, there is a decisive quality. There's a quality about making choices. You know, we don't want to keep all our options open here. We want to settle on one or two things and put our heart and soul into them. Now, Mars is very good at simplifying and cutting through the muck. And so if you're feeling a little torn between different projects or different partnerships or different friendships, this Venus-Mars combination might help you get really clear about who or what needs to be a priority at this point in time. So one of the possible downsides of this Venus-Mars conjunction is that we're going to be doing a bit of clearing out of the dead wood. And that might show up in our social calendar, in our professional focus. You know, if you've got a few too many things going on, this Venus-Mars is a narrowing of our focus. It is happening, both Venus-Mars conjunctions, one in Capricorn, one in Aquarius. They are both happening in signs ruled by Saturn. So we're being really thoughtful about our choices and about our partnerships. We're thinking long-term about what we want to put our energy into, about what's going to satisfy us, what's going to give us that sense of fulfillment and enjoyment and pleasure. And we might be prepared to make some short-term sacrifices so that we get that long-term gain. So with Venus and Mars working together, but specifically in signs ruled by Saturn, I would encourage you to be really clear and targeted with your focus and with your efforts. And if you have to make some choices, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, I can't do that now, or that my energy is going elsewhere. There's something here about prioritization and also getting really clear on the best ways to spend our time so that we feel like we're getting the best out of ourselves and the people around us. So we might need to, as we narrow our focus, we get to prioritize things. We might need to stop doing or seeing, stop doing some of the things or seeing some of the people that, while we could be okay in the moment, afterwards we feel like we haven't been as productive as we wanted, or we haven't enjoyed that as much as we thought we would. So it's definitely a quality over quantity kind of thing. So quality control, the best rather than just the most. And I'm really interested to hear how you're all experiencing this Venus-Mars conjunction. We often get Venus and Mars conjunct. That's something that we'd experience, on a fairly regular basis. But to have two conjunctions so close together is a little unusual. So I wanted to let you know about that in this aspect of the week video. If you do enjoy getting your astrology insights in this format, in this video style, do be sure to check out my monthly astrology guide. It is a membership for subscribers only that gives you all the insights that you need to be effective and efficient with your time, to be clear with your energy, and so that you know how to plan your week and your month for maximum impact and effect, but also to make sure you get the rest and downtime that you need. So let me know how you're enjoying or experiencing the Mars-Venus, then the Venus-Mars conjunction through this latter part of February and early March. I'll be back as always with more on your aspect of the week. Until then, team, take care.